So You Want to Buy a House Columbus,
Episode 3.
airing this Thursday instead of Tuesday.
Sorry we were late. We just had a lot of stuff going on. You know, real estate happens. And then you gotta do lots of stuff. So we couldn't get to you earlier in the week, but we're here.
Here now. And we can not only talk about last weekend, but also what's happening this week. So how was your last weekend?
It was good. I ran the Cap City Half Marathon. It was an experience. I'm very proud of myself. It was hard, lots of training, but I'm glad that it's over. I also had a listing come on active last weekend. I did a co-listing with an amazing agent in my office named Megan Sweeney. She's fantastic, and we co-listed a condo in Dublin. It went active at 5:30 on Friday, and we were in contract by Sunday night. 5 offers. Sellers were really happy, and so it was a busy weekend for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was a frustrating weekend. I have buyers, and it's really hard getting people into contract right now. Even with full $20,000 appraisal gaps, we're just seeing that it's a tough market. So far this week also, it's been slim pickings. Like, I haven't seen a lot come up on our search. I don't know if that's all over. Are you looking with anyone right now?
I am looking with some buyers. I see a lot of stuff coming soon, and I feel like a lot of stuff will come active tomorrow morning.
Have you seen an increase of coming soons, but it's like 2 weeks before it actually becomes active?
Yeah, and it's annoying.
That is so annoying. So annoying for everyone and very confusing. So note to other agents, annoying. Anyway, so today we have a very special guest. We're so excited. Last week, one of my buyers actually asked me about this legislation or something that just passed where high credit buyers are going to be paying more interest. So I told her that I didn't think it was that big of a deal, that it was a little blown out of proportion, but I couldn't speak very intelligently about it. So I have an intelligent person here, a lender that we partner with, and her name is Libby Harris. Let me turn the mic to her.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me, Becky and Joe. It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm so glad you asked me to come on, because I would love nothing more than to set the record straight. The media is, I made a little quick presentation called Mitigating Media Misinformation Around Mortgage Financing. Sorry, I'm kind of a fan of alliteration. But yes, so I wanted to set the record straight, because there is a lot of misinformation out there, and not necessarily misinformation, but more of a negative spin on what's really happening out there. So I figure numbers speak for themselves, and this may be a little small for y'all to see, but at the top of this grid here, this top line, that says 780 credit score. This bottom line down here where you see all this red says 639 and lower. What that means is, see all this red? Red means higher rates. Green means lower rates. I know you can't really see this, but I'd be happy to send it out to you. So as you can see, people with 780 or high credit scores are still getting better rates than someone with 640 or lower. And I'll show you a real example here in just a second. But again, I don't see a penalty. Do you guys see a penalty for people with higher credit scores? Okay. Questions? No, go ahead, Becky. Questions do you have so far?
One other lender broke it down to me and said essentially, like, while if you have a high credit score, you're still not going to get as good of an interest rate as you were. You're still getting the best interest rate. So there's no reason to go trash your credit because you think you'll get a better score. Like, do what you're doing. You're still going to get the best score with high credit.
You're absolutely right. Your lender is absolutely right. Yes. As you can see, you're still getting the best scores here at the top of the chart than you are if you have lower scores. They're pretty much just closing the gap, and I'll show you on the next slide here. By the way, that previous slide, this is as of May 1st. We call them loan level pricing adjustments, or LLPAs, and those are factors or little dings or add-ons for things like credit score, loan to value, which is, the percentage of the loan amount divided by the purchase price, purchase price or appraised value. So this is as of after the changes, May 1st. This is what the grid looks like now. Not bad for you 780, 800 credit score people. I included a couple of other charts that just show where the changes were. Green means it got better. So as you can see, people with lower credit scores, their rates did improve a little bit. People with higher scores, they did get a little worse. But as you'll see in the next couple slides, and as you saw on the graph before, they're still getting way better rates when they have way better scores. This is just for purchases. This is the chart for refinances. Looks pretty similar, right? Red changes means rates got a little worse. Green changes means they got better. But what I really want to show you is what nobody's talking about. What is actually changing? Debt to income. Don't be surprised if your lenders start asking your clients for pay stubs up front. Because if we don't calculate income properly now, we may not be able to quote an accurate rate. Debt to income is now a factor. I've been doing this since 2005, and I don't ever remember debt to income affecting the interest rate. Well, now it can. If their debt to income exceeds 40% of their gross qualifying monthly income, it could impact their interest rate. So one little thing that nobody's talking about, but you really need to know. And then lastly, just a quick little rate comparison. I don't know, you probably can't see this here at the top, but it's a rate scenario. It is a conventional 30-year fixed single family residence, primary home, because that's a factor too, 5% down payment, $300,000 purchase price, $285,000 loan amount, and under 40% debt to income. What does that mean for rates? Well, as you can see, someone with an 800 score, again, this is just a scenario, someone with an 800 score right now would get 6.5% without paying any points. Someone with a 740 credit score, which is pretty average, it's not bad, but it's not the greatest, they would get a 6.625 interest rate, so only slightly worse than someone with an 800 score. And then now we get into the 600s. A 660 score, that is 7.5%, a whole percent worse than someone with an 800 score. And kicker, they have to pay for that 7.5% rate with a 660 credit score. They have to pay increased closing costs for that. By the way, disclaimer, these are not to be interpreted as actual rate quotes. They do not include APR. They're purely real life samples intended to demonstrate the difference in credit score. For an actual rate quote specific to you, please contact your licensed mortgage lender.
Contact Libby Harris.
That's right.
Guaranteed rate.
Guaranteed rate affinity. You've got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any
Thanks.
questions?
No,
Everybody still awake? I know, boring letter stuff, but numbers speak for themselves.
Well, and I think it's so good to clear the air and have people really understand what just happened. Because again, I feel like the media and these sound bites and people just regurgitate like negativity, and we don't need that. We don't need any more negativity.
The media, when it comes to mortgages, they've not always been our friend. They're like the gossipy acquaintance who blows things way out of proportion, and they're usually a couple days late to the party.
Yeah.
It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
thank you.
you.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
setting it straight.
You got it. I'll just leave that up.
So Joe,
It's shocking to me that the average is 740 for a credit score, because I feel like so many people call me and want a house and their credit score is like 500
580.
and they have no
Yeah.
money. I need to find some of these 740 people that need a house.
Me
where are you?
too.
Contact us.
I hope you guys found that informative. We'll have guests on all of the time. But I know you're tuning in to see us.
Yes.
So like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Next week we will talk about home sell or staging. And so you want to sell a house, Columbus.
Yes, because we do both.
Yeah. put your best foot forward on this market. You might not need to stage, but I guarantee you, when your house looks amazing and it hits the market, it will get more bids, higher bids, and sell faster. So next week, tune in. Bye.
Bye.